ResortLoop.com is proudly sponsored by Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. Look for Joffrey's kiosks throughout the Walt Disney World theme parks. This holiday season, visit Joffreys.com for a variety of specialty coffee gifts, featuring mugs, their new coffee variety gift sets, and the brand new Jingle Jangle Java-flavored coffee, with vanilla mint flavor and smooth chocolate and nutty notes, only at Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
While your group is together, now is a great opportunity to pick a time and place to meet should you become separated in the park.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. Happy holidays once again. This is Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
This is ResortLoop.com. This is episode 275, and Bob, we have one of our favorite people on the show today.
Absolutely. I'm sitting here drinking his breakfast blend as we record this. It's afternoon, but
right.
Nothing wrong with breakfast blend in the afternoon.
Absolutely not. I'm going with a Papua New Guinea, if I said that correctly. I'm sure our guest, Chris DeMezzo from Joffrey's Coffee, can correct me if I'm wrong.
Hi, Chris.
How you guys doing today?
Outstanding.
We're doing great.
You've been a little bit...
I'm the last guy who should be correcting you on anything. I y'all with the best of them. I can y'all with the best of them. So I say, well, 4. And they're like, okay, hold on a minute. We're getting a mixed message here.
Hey, you guys are just winding down from the Food and Wine Festival. How'd that go for you?
It went extraordinarily well. The display they built for us was very, very nice. They did a beautiful job. They actually had a little garden. They had some coffee trees with actual coffee growing on it, so it was neat. Miguel and I took turns when I was out of town, which is quite often lately. Miguel would take over for me, and we were able to give him a little farm to cup presentation. It was kind of neat that you could actually, say, okay, hold on, let me show you what I'm talking about, and reach behind you and grab a bean off of the tree and actually show people what what you were talking about firsthand. It was pretty neat. The only drawback to it is it was outside, and there was a couple of days where it was ungodly hot.
Oh, yeah.
So it made it quite uncomfortable, not only for the guests, but for Miguel and I as well. I have some pictures my wife took of the first weekend in September, and I was just drenched. And I was standing there talking. But, those are a couple of days it was hot. It would be nice to be able to move that inside. We'll work on that for next year, or try and find a shadier spot. But the overall exhibit, for me, it's something that I really love to do because it's not me just getting up there and talking, because that'll put anybody to sleep, even with all the coffee I would give them. But it's a chance to actually, you were able to really take them through the whole process because you were able to talk about it, show them the actual coffee tree, take a bean off the tree, break it open and show them. And then we actually had a little tiny roaster there, and we were actually doing roasting. So it was literally bean to cup. And, they situated it that our cart at Test Track was like diagonally across from us. So when we were done, we would give them a coupon, and they were able to go right over there and get a cup of coffee. So it was it was very well, a nice interactive, very well planned out thing. It was, like I said, it was just a little bit warmer than I would have liked it, but it was fun.
That sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome. You were over by over near the monorail, is where you guys were situated.
I believe it was Innovations. I think it was called across, from our Test Track cart. The monorail went overhead.
Well, it looks like you had it everything covered. I'm looking at some pictures that have been posted online, and you had you did have the roaster out there. How'd that go for you?
It was nice. Unfortunately, we weren't able to use our bigger one because the propane was a no-no. So our larger one was a prop, and then we had a smaller little drum roaster, and that one worked great till about 2 weeks before the festival and then it blew up on me.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Worked it the last weekend. It just, I think one of the control boards or something shorted out. So then for the last 2 weeks, Miguel and I used our little sample roaster that we use here, our little electric roaster. And we managed to get through and still, show everybody what the whole roasting process was about. And we, at the end of the presentation, we'd give out little samples so, people could take home coffee that was, roasted right in front of them. Everybody had a good time.
Yeah, it sure looks like. I'm actually on the DisneyFoodBlog.com, our friends over there, and they've got a very nice photograph of you giving a presentation, and I believe that is Miguel behind you. You had an orange shirt on. Love the orange shirt. And looks like people are very interested in what was going on. Were you able to sell coffee there, or was it just a presentation?
Not where we were doing. We were just doing, the educational piece. The carts had each cart that in Epcot had a blend from a different restaurant on that property, or property, I believe it was. So I think we have 5 carts in Epcot. So each one of those carts had a different blend that they were selling, and we also had drink specials going on. And like I said, if you came through our exhibit, we were giving you coupons for discounted drinks and online purchases, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
It was the least we could do for making you sit out there and sweat while you listen.
So you'll do it again next year? You're planning on being there next year?
Yes. Again, if we can make it interactive like that, because that's something that I just really enjoy. Seeing people, because people just don't know all that goes into it. Mm-hmm. Being able to show them everything firsthand. To me, that's exciting rather than getting up and talking. And by looking at the reactions of the people and seeing how much they enjoy it, it just motivates Miguel and I. We just love talking about it and sharing. I hate to sound like a commercial, but sharing our passion with people and why we love doing what we do, even after all these years. I keep saying I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I get up every morning and do something I love. So,
absolutely,
that is awesome.
It's what keeps me going.
Do you have any plans to do anything in the spring at Flower and Garden?
Yeah. I got to be honest with you. I usually pass that one off to Miguel.
Okay.
That is the time of year where Central America is all the new crop coffees. So I'm usually, I can pretty much guarantee that I'm going to be somewhere in Costa Rica, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, somewhere in that area. So I kind of let Miguel handle that one, but I'm sure we're going to have a presence there again.
Oh, I can't wait to hear more details on that later on.
Yeah, that's awesome. While we're still at Disney, though, you got to tell us about Tea Traders, because you guys opened up Tea Traders. I was lucky enough to go in there, and the folks you've got working there are just wonderful. How's Tea Traders going for you?
I have to be honest with you, I couldn't be more proud of Louisa and the job that they're doing there. We've got some great cast members in there. They're doing some really, we've come up with some nice holiday teas. We had a pumpkin spice. We now have a gingerbread and a winter mint tea that we'll be featuring through the holidays. There's rumored that there's little gingerbread men little gingerbread marshmallow men in this tea or something.
Oh, nice. Nice.
But, it's getting busier and busier. With the construction down there, as much as I love it, and it's a beautiful store, and like I said, the cast is great, but with the construction bottleneck down there, sometimes it's just so difficult to get in there. There's times where there's a line of cars that takes you 45 minutes to just to get into the parking lot.
Yeah,
The congestion, and it's going to be so beautiful when it's all done.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
Right now, it's just it's hard to get in and out of there. But we continue to get lots and lots of positive feedback on our website. That guests that have been through there. We're getting a little bit better at what we do, so we're being able to offer to the guests some related hardware items, tea accessories to go along with the fantastic teas that we're serving. So it's coming along. I couldn't be happier. Like I said, I just really looking forward to when it's the construction's all done, and then we can really see what we can really do with it.
Right. I noticed when I was down there, it really, going from the old downtown Disney to that, what used to be the west side, it really does. It bottlenecks over that one bridge, and it's tough. But I got to tell you, folks, it's well worth taking a walk over there. Go into Tea Traders, talk to those folks, because they'll get you the best tea you've ever had in your life. Even if you're not a tea drinker, it's just so good, and it's good on a hot day, and it's probably good on a cold day. I was there on a hot day, so I got the iced tea, and it was just so good. So and we also get quite a few pictures from our listeners that have stopped in Tea Traders. They always snap a photo and show it to us. So you're doing a great job down there. Just hang in there with that construction, though, because it is chaos down there. Yeah,
Chris, we get tons of feedback that your cast members in there have just been phenomenal and just friendly to everybody.
It's a tea. Your tea drinker's a little bit different than your coffee drinker. Your coffee drinkers, some of them tend to be, grab a cup of Joe and go. Mm-hmm. But your tea drinkers want to engage with you. They want to know, where the tea's from, how it's prepared, what the nuances of this particular tea is. And, I've when I was doing the training with them, I said, listen, this is very important that the guests understand the way that the tea is supposed to be brewed, because I don't want them to have a good experience with the tea in our shop and get home and not have a good experience with the tea. Even though the directions are printed on the bag, while you're sitting there, and we have this lovely bar. I wish it was I could expand it out so I could fit more people around it, but we do. We have people sitting there, and we do a gung fu, which is like a little individual quick brew serving that you pour into a little cup. And as we're sitting there engaging with the guest, this tea can steep as quickly as a minute, depending on the type of tea we're doing. And we're pouring it, and we're talking to them, and we're explaining. And, in a matter of 5 minutes, we can sample, 4 different teas with them and show them, how it's supposed to taste, and make sure that, hey, you're doing a green tea. Don't pour boiling water on it, and please don't steep it for 4 minutes. You want your water temperature about 170, 175, and you're only going to want it at the maximum 2 minutes, and that's it. Otherwise, it's going to turn. And because you'd be surprised how many people come in and say, we're sampling a green. I don't like green tea. I said, that's because you haven't had it done properly. Try this one, and they're like, that's not bad. The green tea is a very delicate tea. If it's not prepared right, it'll turn on you. And one of the other things we do differently is a lot of the other tea shots, when they serve their tea, they already sweeten it, or there's some kind of an additive or flavor to it. Whereas us, like our coffee, our tea, we're purists. What you taste in our shop is what you're going to get when you get home. Excuse me, in the bag. Excuse me. So, everything that we have and that we're serving and sampling is exactly the same as what we're selling. So there's no surprises.
There you go. Mm-hmm. And really, and Tim and I can both attest to this, because we've hit not all the kiosks yet, the Joffrey's kiosk, but I don't know what you're doing with your folks as far as the training goes, but the experience that you have at a Joffrey's kiosk, whether it's in the parks or outside at Disney Springs with tea traders, I mean, your folks follow very closely the Disney model, where the customer is so important, and they're just so good to you. They're very engaging, very nice, smiling all the time. I haven't had a bad experience yet. I
have to give credit where credit is due. We have, like I said, we are blessed that we have some very, very professional and talented cast members. Starts with Brian Williams, our VP of Ops, who's been with us for, he's going to get mad at me, probably something like 16, 18 years now. And my assistant, who helped train the cast and who also does my quality follow-ups, Deanna, been with us for 14, 15 years. One of the benefits that we're so fortunate of being able to partner with a company in a place like Disney is we learn so much from them. Their guest service standards are second to none, and so ours are sure going to be, along those lines as well. Our way of training our people is you're going to treat every single guest like they're your neighbor, and you're going to see them every day. Not just like, you're in a theme park, we're never gonna see you again, so here, take this and like it. Brian out of their way to make sure that every single guest interaction is a positive one.
They certainly do that. They certainly do that.
Really, we take a lot of time and make sure that our people are well trained, so that they that experience is the experience that you get.
There you go. Absolutely. Real quick, you got to tell us, Chris. Well, not quick. You can take your time.
Have you ever heard me do anything quick? Come on, guys.
We love it.
You guys are offering some new stuff.
Last hour.
For the holidays right around the corner. I mean, Christmas is right around the corner, and you guys are offering some really cool stuff this year. You've got some gift packages, including some gift packages with some swag, some Joffrey swag in there. You want to tell us about that?
I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you as much as I know. Because, I was mentioning to you real quick before, I was gone in the beginning of the month. I had a 2-week trip to Ethiopia.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And when I came back, unfortunately, I brought a little parasite with me.
Oh, no.
So, I've been doing this for a few days now. And I've traveled all over the world, and I've been extremely fortunate that I've never had an experience like this. And this one time, I was in an area of the world that was really, really a little bit rougher than some of the other areas, more rural, I should say, than some of the other areas. So I was like the last day. We went up to a farm that was a 6-hour ride up a dirt road, and we were, in a hurry because the weather was looking bad, and if it rained, you weren't going to get back down this road. Trust me.
Oh,
we were like, we got to tour the farm and get out of here, and they were insisting, no, you got to stay. We made lunch. So we, wanted to be polite because they don't get very many visitors up there. Mm-hmm. So, we said, okay, we'll have a quick bite, but then we got to get out of here. And unfortunately, whatever it was they served us took 3 of us out.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And, of course, got an 11 o'clock flight the next day. So it was an uncomfortable couple of days. I missed the preview of all these lovely things, but I did. I see probably the nicest mug that I've seen in my 30 years here, and we've done plenty of them, but there's one brown one with a logo that's gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah. Really attractive Disney gifts box of 3 coffees, another smaller box with a purple travel mug that has got whatever. I think you have a choice of whatever signature restaurant's coffee you want to go along with that. The tea shop itself is doing a really attractive gift box with 3 tins, and I believe you're able to pick the teas that you want to put in there, if I remember. Again, I really wish that I had taken a little bit more time, but we got back, and like I said, I got sick, and I was laid up for a couple of days, and then when I came back, Cyber Monday happened, and it was a very successful Cyber Monday, but it was like all hands on deck to try and get all the orders out. So
bad.
I've been pitching in where I can, even though I probably slowed them down more than I helped them.
No, you did a good job because both Bob and I both got our orders.
Oh, real quick. Yeah. So, yeah, anybody out there that, if you're thinking, well, we're getting close to Christmas, I don't know if I'll get it in time. Don't worry. Joffrey's takes good care of you. You'll definitely, most likely, unless there's some sort of shipping issue in between Joffrey's and you, you'll get it before Christmas.
That's a pretty good chance.
Yeah. So go to Joffreys.com and check out gifts. It's you go to gifts and click all, and I mean you got the mug and the Tea Traveler to go mug, and it's just some cool stuff there. Love it.
And Bob doesn't know this, but we have a friend at work who got her coffee, and she got it with the Traveler mug, Traveler's cup, and she had that at work today. So that was awesome, I thought.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. So Joffrey's is all over work now. And it's not just Bob and myself.
We've indoctrinated everyone.
Exactly.
You can't miss that beautiful purple mug.
No, you can't. It's gorgeous.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, Chris, what's on the horizon for Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company?
Well, we got so many interesting and great things going on right now. I guess the first one that I'm really excited about is our first quarter coffee coming up. I think probably the last time we spoke, I think I just returned from Peru. Took a trip there, and for a couple of reasons. One was Disney's doing some work with a group over there called Conservation International, which is kind of like Rainforest Alliance. They're working with some farmers to help preserve the Amazon rainforest, because the old school of thought was when you want to farm, you just clear cut everything and you plant your farm, and Conservation International is working with these gentlemen to show them how they can farm and save the forest at the same time. And me being me, I was like, you got a lot of these pieces say this and say that, so for me to be able to endorse anything, I have to go and see for myself so that I'm comfortable talking about it. And I went there, and these guys are for real. Bunch of great guys doing a great job. The co-op that we went to visit, it's relatively, the farmers have been farming a while, but the co-op is new, and, it's a little bit, when you first, when you've been on your own for so long, they're a little skeptical that, putting their trust in this co-op, and then, working with an organization for the first time, and to see the way that these guys are helping one another was really, really nice. And, they really are doing what they say they're doing, which makes me always feel great about doing business with them. We went and met with them and toured some of their farms and areas and tried some of their coffees. Because it's all new, they didn't have a whole bunch of coffee, and everything they produced was sold to an importer that dealt mostly in Germany. So we're going back again this year, probably somewhere in March or April, and we're going to start sampling and reserving some coffee. It's something that Disney wants to support on a higher level, so we're going to try and figure out a way to maybe perhaps be able to serve some of this coffee in maybe a theme park or, maybe a couple of different signature restaurants. But we're going to try and figure out a way to partner with them and be able to, bring their story to the masses so that, people can, see what we're trying to do and what we're trying to help them with over there, which is a pretty good thing.
That is awesome.
Wow.
I got an idea. I'm just throwing this out there. How about, Tim,
yes.
World Showcase, that area that they never know what to do with. They always have some little, whatever it is, an African village, whatever. It's not anything specific to any country or anything like that. That would be a fantastic place to put Joffrey's and Disney together, talking about just that thing.
The perfect location.
That would be awesome.
Ah.
So there you go. We got to get that to happen.
Yeah. If anybody's going to figure it out, it will be them, because they're the ones that are going to be probably spearheading this. So I'm looking forward to hearing about what some of their thoughts are. And then while I was there, one of my importers that I was with introduced me to a group, an organization called Cafe Femenino, which is an organization. They have, I know for certain, they have God, I don't want to call it a branch, but I guess you would call it in Guatemala. And I believe there's also one now in Chiapas, Mexico. And they've got this group that's established in Peru. And what it is it's in an organization that encourages women to be actively involved in every aspect of the farm, meaning that they are actually running the farm, they're supervising the mill, and they're actually in charge of, setting the pricing for their product, and they are actually, say where the money's going to be used, whether it's going to go into a school or, a hospital or, whatever improvements that these women would like to make. They get together and they help each other. Believe it or not, when we were there, one of the ladies was showing us that, to us it seems small, but to them, some of these are life-changing experiences. They have stoves, naturally, and they cook with wood, a wood-fired stove in like an adobe home. Mm-hmm. And, they were able to build a chimney to get the smoke out of the house. And it seems like so small to us, but before, all this smoke would build up in the house that they had to live in.
Wow.
So, these are, another woman couldn't wait to show us her toilet.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
An actual toilet now versus an outhouse. And, these are the things that, and to meet these people, and they're the nicest people that you ever want to meet. Honest, hardworking. They don't have anything. They give you the shirt off their back. And, to want to be able to partner with them and see that what they're doing with the money they're getting, it just, something that I'm really happy to be a part of now. So we're going to be featuring, I was so, impressed with this group of women that I met that, I turned to my importer and said, I have to do something with this coffee. Naturally, not only was I impressed with that, but I was impressed with the coffee as well. So I said, I have to do something with this. So I was actually able to secure the first lot of coffee they produced this year, which is actually on the water as we speak. And that is going to be the first quarter coffee that we'll be serving on our carts and offering on our internet website for the first quarter of 2016. So if you want to learn more about this rather than my mumbling about it, there's a story, and you can Google it, of what this organization does. Empowers women. And in some of these countries, it's not anything that they're mean to do. It's just their, a culture that's been that way for years. Women aren't treated the same as they are, here.
Right.
So as a husband and a father of 2 girls, for me, it's, I'd like to be able to think that I'm helping. So it's
that is awesome. That is very, very nice.
So for every pound of coffee we buy, money goes back to this organization. So.
And what's the name of that organization again? Empowering Women?
Cafe Femenino. Cafe
Femenino. All right. We'll make sure we have a link up for that. That is awesome.
Because they're going to stand behind. They're just so proud of their coffee. I can only imagine.
It's this is a really, really good bunch of gals.
That's awesome. That is something. Hey, real quick, Chris, before we let you go, I got to ask. This is getting back to what you guys got for the holidays, the Jingle Jangle Java. Oh. Now, what's cool about it? First, it's fantastic. Tim and I.
It was really good.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I love the reindeer on the front of the bag. It has it's holding a Joffrey's mug with a purple nose, not a red nose, which I love that. But I gotta find out. Was it you or Miguel or someone else that came up with this blend?
Okay, I tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. We have a young gentleman who's our graphic designer named Matt, and they had the reindeer with the purple nose, but he had a mug, but the mug was a different color. I said, you got to have a purple Joffrey's mug.
Right, right.
They get involved in the marketing too much, but I said, you can't have a purple nose and not the purple Joffrey's mug.
Right.
Right.
So, believe it or not, they actually listened to me, or just got listening to me and said, okay, just anything to shut him up. But the flavor, I gotta be honest, my VP of sales, Greg Wiley, during the summertime, I always, okay, guys, we gotta, in the past we had done gingerbread, and it just wasn't a real big hit with anybody. I said, we're not going to repeat the same. Insanity's doing the same thing over and over, hoping for a different result. I said, let's try something different. So my sales guy, Greg, said, I got it. I know what we should do. And I was like, oh, God. Here we go. Because he's the one that asked for Bananas Foster. And I said, are you crazy? That's disgusting. Nobody wants a Bananas Foster coffee. Well, guys, when I ran a sales report, I had to go in there with my head down. I said, hey, Greg, I got to tell you something. And he goes, what? I said, it's like number 4 seller on the internet. I can't believe it. So he came up with this. I said, I guess I'm going to have to listen to you. So he goes, holidays. He goes, that candy that is always around Christmas? And I'm like, what's that? I said, I never met a candy I didn't like, so you're going to have to help me.
Right. Narrow this down a little.
He goes, white chocolate almond peppermint bark.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't tell me you want me to make a flavor mix. Yep. So off to the flavor chemist I went. And that's where Jingle Jangle Java was born.
Nice. You,
nailed
you
it again.
Home run with that. Yeah, it's good stuff.
It tells you that I should never be the one that, because you know what, the feedback we've gotten, that people love it. And, to me, I'm cringing, and it just goes to show you, I'm pretty good with the regulars, but I should stay away from the flavors. I can't pick a winner.
Well, you certainly have enough variety there to, hit everyone's palate.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. And by the way, got to tell you, we have also had the single serving cups.
Yes,
from you guys, and in I guess it would be your version of the K cup, the J cup, and oh my goodness. It tastes just like it would, your regular bag of coffee. There's no difference. Awesome. So you did a good job with that.
Request after request, and finally we had to take a long. Only an idiot doesn't listen to his customers. Finally, he said, "Okay, we're getting like 2 or 3 requests a week." with people saying, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? So we finally, bit the bullet, and, we're going ahead and design the K-Cup line. So now it's going very well. And now we've got to, we'll take a look at it and see what's going well, and perhaps introducing some new flavors. Maybe next year we'll do the holiday flavors in the K-Cup.
Yes.
And, see what blends are, popular, which ones aren't selling so good, and change them up a little bit. Everybody likes new.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Keep it fresh.
Area business for us, and it's doing very well, thankfully.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I know my wife took a few of the French roast single cups to work today, so I anticipate her trying to steal the rest of the box or Monday when she goes back to work. So,
my favorite's the one you were drinking is the breakfast blend cup. Those are the ones I take on the road with me.
Okay.
Oh, very good. There you go.
My wife took some Angel's Kiss to a boss of hers at work, and she just loved it. So.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That Angel's Kiss, very good.
Yeah.
That's another one. Another one. Nice. Yep.
A little Mounds bar in a cup.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. I mean, a lot of people, they say they have coffee with their dessert, but in your case, a lot of times your coffee is the dessert because it's just, it's so good. I got to go back to that Jingle Jangle flavor coffee. Oh, my gosh. So, but Tim, I think that's all I've got for Chris.
Chris, thanks for joining us again on the show. We love having you on.
It's my pleasure, guys.
And
thanks for having me.
We need to have you on a little closer to Flower and Gardens. Talk about exactly what you'll be doing for that event.
Be happy to.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that quarterly blend next month.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm really happy to be able to contribute. So
yeah, I just love the stories behind the coffee, Bob. I just love those.
Absolutely, especially that. I mean, that's life changing. You're changing people's lives over there, and that is a wonderful thing.
I'm a small part of it, but yes.
Yeah, you did that like a year or so ago with that Sumatra at Senia, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Something very similar.
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is a little bit more organized than that one, but same thing. It's women-owned, women-run.
Yeah.
And they were a bunch of crazy gals, too.
Well, Chris, thank you very much. Oh, go ahead.
Let me just say this real quick. Great coffee, and even greater people behind the coffee. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. You can find me on Twitter at ResortLoopTim, on Facebook at TimResortLoopScott, and we have that website, ResortLoop.com. I'm
ResortLoop Bob on the Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to like us over on Facebook, rate us on iTunes, and check out our new My Dismatch site over there, mydismatch.com. And Tim, where else can they listen?
You can always find us on the Stitcher. Everybody, thanks for joining us. This has been The Gateway to the Magic.
See you, everybody.